Hello and welcome back to another full circle episode. Today, West Coast, Lancashire, Heysham, hound hunting. It's a much nicer day and it's definitely a bit of unfinished business, isn't it, from last time?
Absolutely. We've got everything we need to have a successful day on the hound. It's a good tide, we've got a bucket of fresh crab. We've got to get fish today. It's got to be today.
We've got baits in the water, the sun's shining, tide's going out. We've got about another 2.25 hours to low water. It's quite a big tide. A little bit of surface chop from the wind, but it's fine. There's quite a few people starting to show along the beach, so fingers crossed we'll get to catch something.
Absolutely, yep. Let's get fishing.
Yeah, rigs are in a tangle because I'm hasty to get them back out. Couple of very brand new sharp chinnoos. Knotless knot, you can see that there, and like you might have seen on one or two of the other videos, I've debarbed those hooks because I think when you're fishing in strong tide, and especially with a fish like a smoothhound, fingers crossed, there's that much tension on the line. If it's got a good hook hold, it should be okay. This bait, this is actually a softie. One of my crabs popped during the night, even though I checked them last night, but for anyone that keeps crabs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They can come on and pop very, very quickly, especially when you keep them at room temperature. So all I've got, I've got a bit of a softie. He's actually gone a little bit hard, but I've just cut him in half, bound them together, legs on the open side, just to retain a little bit of the juice. Got my other rig here. Same procedure. That'll just pull off. Fresh bait, straight on. These hooks, actually, these are still chinnoos, but they're only, I think these are only about 2 or 3/0, and that purely is because I've been very lazy when leading up to this session. I've known about it all week and I haven't made any rigs. Very foolish of me, but there you go. Let's get it out. We've got quite a nasty headwind here. That northwesterly's just picked up in strength a little bit there, so casting more or less straight into the wind, which is a little bit tricky. But tell you what, the backdrop of this spot is superb. Looking north there towards the Lake District, the view of Cumbria is absolutely brilliant. So let's get this out there. Right, and what I'm going to do is there's a massive bower line up in front of us. I'm just going to walk back, and in doing so I'll just pull all that line straight. There we go. Okay, that's more or less what I want it. There, I'm just going to knock that ratchet off, and you can see there, that's just a reel out of gear. If I just let that go, it'll peel off. So what I'm going to do, reel back into gear, just back the drag off, and it just gives you that little bit more tension. So it's not enough for the tide to pull it off, but it's definitely enough for a hound. On this rod, I've got me Fathom 12, which is the marked version. Really, really like this reel. Been using it since March when we fished the Euros, bought it for that. Getting on with it very well. My other rod, I've got a Saltus 20, which has been marked. I like that as well, but I do like this pen reel. So the rods I'm using today are the trusty Ziplex HSTs, 13'2", 4 to 8 ounce. I really like these rods, they suit me well. They're pretty powerful. They're definitely not the most powerful rods in the world, but I find them really nice to fish with, nice to cast with. You can use them on clean ground like this. They've got plenty of power to pull in a decent fish, so good all-round rod, nice and light too. So do you want to just run us through the tackle you're using today,
Yep,
Gary?
Sure. So obviously Smoothhounds is the target today. So I'm using my Century T800. So it's a nice open, clean beach this. Well, fingers crossed there shouldn't be any snags, although we did encounter a couple last time, we think. So it's quite a light rod. I pitched that up against with me pen fix spool, so I'm going braid today, so it's quite light braid. I think it's about 40, 45, and then I've got a 80-pound shock leader. On the business end, I'm using a pulley rig with one of those newfangled dongle rigs, which I'll go through shortly and show you how I set that up. And I'm just setting my other rod up now. I've just loaded some new line on this. So I'm just going to take this a little bit easy and just have a few casts first. That is basically a Tronic Pro rod, and I've got me Fathom casting special set up on that. So I'm just going to have a couple of casts with it, just obviously because I've just bedded some new line in, or tried to bed some new line in, and then I'll put a rig on there and I'll fire that one out as well. Double the chances, hopefully get a hound.
So do you want to take us through what you're, how you're baiting up, Gary?
Yeah, so okay, today basically I'm just using a simple pulley rig. So I'm just using, like, obviously, get this weed off so you can see. So it's just basically an imp, so that's just a clip down imp. And obviously as it hits the water, the force of the water pushes the paddle and then it releases the hook, going up to just a basic pulley bead. Obviously get this bit of weed stuck on it. And then down, that's held in place just with just a basic swivel and onto the snood. And on the snood end, or the business end of the hook, I'm using one of these new Dongle rigs. And basically all I've done is, this is my take on it, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but essentially for me, all the Dongle rig is what the carp boys have been, or the carp anglers, should I say, have used for years. It's basically just a hair rig, really. So all I've done is I've tied with a perfection knot a small loop in the end, and then I've set a 3/0 Top Gun hook, and I've set it on the line with a knotless knot, like that. Mm-hmm. So that's what you've got there.
Yeah.
And then what I've done is I've gotten half a crab, I've bound it up in elastic,
Yeah.
and I've put it up a baiting needle that the carp anglers use, yeah? And all the bait needle is you thread it up and you've got like this little hook on here. Mm-hmm. So then all you do is you get your hook, you get your knot, sorry, and you put it on your hook, you lock it in. There's a little catch then, you lock it in.
That's got a little catch?
Yeah, so that's got a little catch
okay,
now.
Right.
Now I'm going to have to stand on this to make it, so you might have to get down here. And all I'm going to do is just pull it tight, like that, just so the knot goes, sorry, the loop goes nice and tight.
Yeah.
And then all you do is just thread it down onto the loop.
Yeah.
Take that off, so you're left with the loop there.
Yeah.
And then all I'm going to do there is I'm just going to nick that through there,
Yeah.
like so.
Just
so you've got that.
So to stop it falling down.
So stop it falling down, and that holds it in the cast.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah. You've got a loop there, and then now that loop there does. If I can, obviously, it's better when this is actually on the rod. Is the loop is what goes into the clip.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're left with that.
Uh-huh.
So obviously when that flies through the air, that hits the water pushes that, releases it, and you've got. And then the benefit of that is there's nothing there, no hook. So if any fish like a Smoothhound, which is relatively a soft mouth that, it's not going to feel any resistance, it should just inhale it.
Yeah.
And because the hook's at the top, you get a good hook hold up, but I find the hook hold should be in a good place for a hook, and shouldn't get a deep hooked fish, should get it around the scissors or in the bottom lip or the top lip or whatever.
Yeah.
And that is basically how that works.
Excellent. And that's the rig you've just had the bass on?
And that is the rig I've just had the bass on, and the bass was perfectly hooked straight through the bottom lip, unhooked it, no problem at all, no damage to the fish goes back perfect. So
excellent.
Spot on.
Let's get it out there.
Yep. Okay.
Right. Let's get this one out. Get that in the stand, back the drag off, ratchet on. Yep, that's looking good, right. Got a good feeling about these casts. Come on, let's get a hound. Giant dab, foul hooked. Oh well. Saves the blank at least.
It certainly does. Oh, hang on, that's a hell of a knock.
Oh yeah, Gary's getting a bite as well. Definitely some action now. The tides start to flood. A little dab on the crab bait. Took a 5/0 chin-out. Madness, but fish is a fish. Off you go, fella. Go on. Any size? Oh yeah, I've just seen something move there. Yeah, there is a fish. There is a fish. Oh, it's a nice bass. Yeah. Look at that. Superb silver.
On. Yep.
The crab.
On the dingle dongle.
On the dingle dongle rig.
Oh, is it the dongle dingle? There you go, perfectly hooked in the bottom jaw. So good work.
Superb. Excellent. Well, so, first fish of the day. Nice bass.
Yep, nice little bass on the dongle rig. So, yep, proving it worked. And there he is, one more time. Fins all erect, ready to go back.
Excellent.
See you later, mate. And there he goes.
Away. Well done. First fish.
Superb.
Do you want to see if I can get that weed off?
Yeah.
If you're not.
Oh, there's a hound on.
Is there?
There's a hound on behind it.
Oh! Oh, there is. Oh dear me, nothing is easy, is it? Nothing is easy. Right. Well, they're definitely moving in.
All right, mate.
That's it. Well done.
Come here. It's only a small one. But
Nice one. First hound of the season?
first hound of the season. It's only a little pup, but I'll settle for that.
Definitely.
Superb. There you go, mate.
Well, it's been a hard fought session this. I've had wind, weed, tackle losses, long sustained periods of not catching anything. Managed to plug away though. I've had a dab, Gary had a couple of bass. We did get a hound each in the end, which was good. Gary's just about to get another bait out there. Wind's still blowing, it's died off a little bit, but it's still pretty strong. But it's an absolutely superb place to fish. If you look at the backdrop behind me, I'm looking on all the South Lakeland fells, which is not something you get at home, so it is nice. Nice sunset over the water as well. So there's a gully up ahead, well behind us there, that's starting to fill up, so we've just got to keep an eye on that. But I think we'll have another couple of casts and then probably start packing up and heading back. But thought it was going to be, it's been quite a tough one, but we've managed to achieve the mission in the form of a couple of hounds, which is good. So after quite a hectic exit from the sandbar.
Yes.
Not being too familiar with the speed of the tides, we're up on the prom now, which I think it's safe to say is going to provide safety for the rest of the session. It's absolutely cracking sunset behind us here. Tides pushed in loads already, even in the last half hour, so we've got some bait out. What do you reckon?
Well, we've just got to give it a go. We've never fished this part of it before. I really don't know if it fishes, but there seems to be a lot of locals here, so that hopefully will tell you something as this tide pushes in a bit more, a bit of depth of water comes in here. You never know, I think there's definitely a chance of a bass marauding through here for sure. So we've got fresh crab out, we'll give ourselves the best chance and fingers crossed we get one, yeah? It certainly pushes in quick here, as we've just found out. But yeah.
But decent backdrop as well, look at that. That is absolutely superb.
stunning.
Well, fingers crossed we can finish the day off with another fish or two.
Did you see it?
Yeah, it was definitely a bite. Come on, a little bit of slack as well.
I think he's in again, this lad, like. I think this lad's in again.
Just had a hell of a lot of slack line. So, don't think anybody else is reeling in. Oh, there's absolutely loads of slack there. Just gonna bring that in. It's small if there is. There's a bit of weight there, but it's either swimming in or I've missed it. There's a little bit of weight there, but it's nothing of any size. But a little bit of a splash out there. I think there is a fish on. There's fish, yeah, there is a fish there. I think it's a hound. I've got it on the... Oh. Yeah, I've got it, yeah. That's it. Right. I did think got a load of slack line there. Oh, he's quite vocal. But took the barb out, and that's the beauty of it. Small smoothie, but smoothie is a smoothie. Nice fish, gives a huge slack liner. So tide's just starting to ebb in as well, and a couple of guys along there who are local reckons it might pick up, so fingers crossed it's a good sign. It's now 10 to 1 in the morning.
Yes. What are we doing?
Two and a half hour drive back. We ended up having a bit longer session on the prom.
Yeah, we've had a couple of fish each. Well, sorry, I've had one. You've had two? We had two?
I can't remember.
It's late. It's late.
It is late.
Might be two. I don't know. Yeah.
But we've had some more hounds.
So it'll be coming up soon.
Yeah.
But yes, but it's been a good session. Yeah. There's definitely hounds here at this particular mark, which we never realised. So definitely come back and try this one again.
Mm-hmm. Difficult day at times, hasn't it?
Yep, it has. Lost the will to live this afternoon at one point.
Yeah.
But well, we pulled it round. We've both had fish, so yeah, it's been good.
It has. Yeah. So as always, thanks for watching. It is appreciated. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and those that have, thank you very much. Until next time, see you on the next one.
Cheers. See you later.
Cheers.